Yo, 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 yo. What it do? What it do? One day when I'm rich, I'll do something like the first person in my life gets $1,000 or something like that. I'll do something like that. You see how many people show up at that moment. Be like, yeah, first person in my life. As soon as they see my life pop off. Well, the first person to comment. Not who pops in, the first person to comment. Because I won't be able to see who comments. I mean, who's in unless they comment, right? Is there a way you can do that? You can set a goal. I didn't know that. You can set a goal for like super chats and stuff. I don't do that. 'Cause I feel like then that pressures people into to like pay money and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like I like my hangouts. I like my lives to be like a place where we all come together at the end of the week to BS and have a good time and not nothing. I know some people use their lives for like business and to I don't do my I don't know. I don't like my lives for that. I like I've been hustling all week and now I just want to have a good time, sit down with friends and BS. Like that's what I like about my lives. Here comes Harley. Lexi is here. She's home, but she's sleeping, and she wanted to be on the live. Like she wants to be on the live. She even asked. She's like, "What time are we going live?" And I told her, but she's tired. Like she works 6 days a week. She works 6 days this week again, and then the person she hired for her to be assistant quit this morning. So like she's just worn out. She's tired. She's exhausted, and I was gonna wake her up, but I'm like, she doesn't work tomorrow. Like normally I would have woke up and I'm like, babe, if you don't get up now, like you're gonna be up all night. But she doesn't work tomorrow. So if she has to take a nap tomorrow, then she could take a nap tomorrow. So it's not a big deal. So I figured, she'll hear me talking and eventually she'll get up on her own and that's fine. But I didn't want to wake her up because she's tired. She's tired. She's mentally she is mentally worn out for a lot of different reasons. And so she's just so I'm like, what, I'll let her sleep. If she wakes up, she wakes up. When she wakes up, she'll wake up, but I'll let her sleep as long as she can. Because like I said, she's tired. She's working her ass off. So you know. So I figured, like I said, let her sleep, let her relax. When she wakes up, she'll wake up. So but Harley's here. Come sit down with Daddy. Say hi. Say hi to the peoples. Say hi, peoples. Ain't nobody in here yet, but say hi, peoples. Say it's me, Harley girl. You want to come hang out with Daddy and you don't want to rest with Mommy? You don't want to sleep with Mommy? Hmm? So that's the deal. So for right now, it's just me. You have to deal with me. I was having an interesting talk with one of you, with one of my subscribers. I'm not gonna say who, just in case he doesn't want to be mentioned. But I was having a talk. It was cool. I don't mind. He's like, sorry, I was talking too long, too much on the live. I'm like, dude, like, That's exactly what these lives are for, man. For community, for for us to have conversations. When I first started these lives, I tried to like, I thought I was like gonna teach something, a coach, and like that's not where it went. These lives turned out to be like a hangout spot where we just BS and laughed about whatever we talked about, wherever the conversation evolved. And I kind of liked it like that. I was like, you know what? Things don't always need to be like serious. Sometimes, like I said, it's like a group of friends meeting at the bar or something, or, a lounge, and you just kick back and just, you know, decompress from the BS you had to deal with all week. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's literally what these lives became. So I enjoyed it that way. I was like, I let them, instead of trying to force something, and I'm like, let the lives, go where they go. As long as it's clean and respectful and stuff like that. That'd just be a hangout spot. So that's what I do. That's what I did. So, and Lexi, like that leaves pressure off. When Lexi's here, she can, So I have something I want to tell you. I want to share, but it's not my place to share it. I want Lexi to share it, and I want Lexi to share it because it's hers, and I'm hoping she does. So I'm gonna mention it. I'm gonna hint at it when if she wakes up doing a live. I'm gonna hint at it and see what she take. How she if she feels about sharing it. So I'm kind of excited. I'm excited for her because you know we we're always talking about my gift and what I'm good at, and the things I do, and I always tell her, like, I'm like, you're just as good at this as I am. Like, this is who you are. This is, and this is like your side of it, but you're just as good as I am. And people come to you just like they come to me, and they open up and they say things and whatever. And I'm like, I'm like, man, maybe you need to embrace that. Like, your gift. What people don't realize about their gift is something that they've been doing all their life. Like, you don't need to find it. Like, you just need to realize, what do people come to you for? People always come to you for something. No matter, find out what that something is. You know what I mean? Like, if every time there's a cookout, you're the one frying the chicken, or you're the one doing all the cooking, like, maybe that's what you do. If people come to your house to get their hair did instead of going to the salon, or their nails, like, that's what you do. So I tell Lexi that all the time. I'm like, this is what people just do this with you. They don't even know why they're doing it. Somebody said to her the other day, they're like, I go to church, like, I have a church full of people, and she's like, I don't tell them, I don't tell nobody there, because people just want to know to be nosy. They don't want to know to help. They just want to know to be nosy. And here she is talking to some woman, Lexi, that she's never met before or whatever, and she's like opening, you know, hey, Miss Eva, I don't know where I'm not sure I'm not sure where you came in while I was just rambling. But Lexi's here. She's asleep. She got home around 6, and she was like, "What time we going live?" And I said 8. She's like, "All right, I'm gonna take a nap." And I was gonna wake her up, but she worked all week. Like, she worked 6 days this week, with her only off day being tomorrow. And the person that she hired so that this wouldn't happen no more quit this morning. So, like, she woke up to a text message this morning. The young lady quit. So she's tired. She's exhausted. And it's not so much the working that does it, because the working, is tiring too, but it's also that drive back and forth, that hour drive back and forth. So, like, she's tired. And I was gonna wake her up. Normally, I would wake her up, because I'm like, I would be like, babe, it's 8 o'clock. Like, if you don't get up now, like, you're gonna be up all night. But she doesn't work tomorrow, so I figured, I let her sleep. Like, she's tired. Yeah, exactly, Miss Eva. So I was like, I'm sure, she'll hear me bumping my guns because I'm loud and she'll get up. But I was like, I'll let her get up on her own. And I'm sure her first words to me when she gets up is, why did you not wake me up? But like I said, she's tired. So I'll let her sleep as long as she wants. Um, when she wakes up, she wakes up. So, but she knows we're going live. So, but, so yeah, like, so I don't know what I was saying, but we were just talking about that. So like I came up with a solution for her. Like, you know, I'm like, one of these days, she said to me, and I'm not gonna go in detail because but she said to me, she's like, you know, they make her feel like they care, because some of the things they say and their reactions. But to me, as somebody who was a leader, like who's been in leadership for as long as I have, I'm like, if they cared, they'd be giving you solutions so that you're not working 6 days a week. You know, like that bothers me. I'm like, she's working 6 days a week. Like that'll burn anybody out. And Lexi's 50. She's not a spring chicken. And I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I'm just saying, like, like that working 6 days a week, 10 hours a week, having to drive 2 hours, every day back and forth, like that'll burn anybody out. So what I suggested to her was, I'm like, so here's what you do. I'm like, when she gets back into work on Monday, I told her, like, go through your, look through your numbers, your daily numbers every day for a week for the last 8 weeks. So Monday through Saturday, right? Because they're closed Sunday. So Monday through Saturday, go through your numbers and find whatever day is the slowest day, whether that be, in walk-in visits, whether that be sales, whatever it is, whatever matters to your company, find whatever the slowest day is. And then what you're going to do is you're going to email your boss, or your boss and her boss, or however you need to feel comfortable. Email your boss and tell them, say, look, I I love my job, I love what I'm doing. However, 6 days a week, for a month and a half, like that's taking its toll mentally and physically. So here's what I propose. And then you hit them with facts. Say, hey, this day over the last 8 weeks have been slow based on blah 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 blah. So what I'm recommending, solution to this problem is that on this day of the week, until we get me some full-time help, until we get me some steady help, I work remotely on this day of the week. And then Sunday is my normal day off. So I mean, technically she'll still be working, but at least she can do so from her pajamas in the house versus having to drive an hour. you know I don't know. So I'm like, maybe they'll be okay. Maybe they'll be okay with that. But I told her, I'm like, you need to ask, because this is a solution. And like I said, you've been, for the last month and a half, you've been working 6 days a week. Like that's gonna burn anybody out. I don't care who you are. That'll burn anybody out. And she's starting to feel it. Like she's starting to feel it. Well, this is what got me. This is what caused me to lose my job, because I was working for 14 years. I did that. I'm working. Essentially, I was working every day a week. Because when you're in management, when you're managing people or properties or something like that, like there's no days off. Like manager equals responsibility. Like you don't get a day off. You're like, oh, I'm off, don't call me. Like that's not how that works. Like you're still responsible for whatever your location is, or your people, or whatever. If the store is open, like you may not be at the store, or you may not be at your location, but you are still responsible for what happens. If you're the manager or the district manager, whatever manager you are, when your locations are open, you're still responsible. And a lot of people want responsibility. They want to be the manager, they want to be the boss and get the pay, but then like they don't want the responsibility. There's no off when you're a manager of anything. I know that sucks to say, but it's the truth. So you need to think twice about, whether you want to be a manager or not. and she feels the same way. But like I said, 6 days a week, like it's a lot. So, and that's why I'm letting her sleep, because I know she's tired. You know, so there's some things that I'm not happy about, and like I said, I'm not gonna turn this into that kind of conversation. But let's just say that I've been on interviews with district managers as a former district manager, and I've been places, and reading the person who's interviewing me, and it's almost offensive, because I'm like, you're judging me on whether I'm qualified to do this job. You're not even qualified to be interviewing me. Like, and that's not being cocky. That's just being real. Like, I'm like, you're doing things, like the way you're talking to me, the way you're answering me, the way you're like trying to diminish my experience. I'm like, I was doing this longer than you were doing your job. Like, and I see things, I hear, I'm like, where's this person at? Like, what is this person doing? Like, where they're at? And yeah, like I said, I get, and I feel, I'm like, and you're telling me, you got the nerve to be interviewing me, and trying to figure out if I'm qualified. I'm like, yeah, I mean, right, Ms. Ava, like that's why you have assistant managers. That's why you have people in place to run the business when you're not there and whatever. But you know, if everything is good, as a district manager, I had store managers. I didn't have to run each individual store, and I had 10 of them. I had 10 store managers. But, not being at work doesn't mean that you can just like turn off your phone and walk away, and not have, like, you still need to be available just in case something goes on. You still need to be available. You know, if they call you, you need to make yourself available. You know, and that's what makes it hard on managers. Because sometimes, there were days that yeah, I did have, I didn't get bothered, and then there were days that, and then when you have new people, if you have somebody new running the store, like, again, you need to make yourself available. Like, yeah, you're on call always. Like, that's just the way it is. And again, it sucks, but this is what you signed up for when you agreed. They didn't just force you to be a manager; they offered it to you, and you took it. At no matter what level you at. So if you agree to take it, then this is what I used to tell people. Like when I was a store manager, and I would, hire, and I would promote, and assistant managers, or when I was a district manager and I would promote, and I'm like, this is what this entails. Like, I don't want to hear, oh, well, I was off that day. You're still responsible for your store. I'm sorry. If you don't like that, then, you know, the trade-off is that, you get the nice bonuses, you get, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get the perks that do come with being a manager. But, there's some downsides to that shit too. You know what I mean? It's like, and you have to take the good and the bad. You can't just take the good and ignore the rest. Like, it don't work. It don't work like that. So, but it just, it bothered, after doing it so long and taking, I was very successful at what I did. Like, I was very successful at what I did. I loved what I did. Um, and that company, that franchise I was with, like, I mean, I grew so much, I learned so much, I accomplished so much. Like, I did what I did. So I took it very seriously. So when I go places, you know, and I see how things are being ran and stuff, and I'm like, you can tell when it's a leadership problem. You're like, where the hell's the manager? Like, But like you walk into McDonald's and it's running shitty, and you're like, okay, where's the man? Why isn't the manager up front? But most times when it's bad, the manager's hiding in the back somewhere. He's dead, somewhere else other than where they need to be, and that's what the problem is. Starts from the top, right? It's no different than like raising kids. Like if your kids are out of control, who they gonna look at? Look, I mean, if they're adults, they're adults. But if they're youngins and they're out of control, who they gonna look at? They're not gonna blame the kid. They're gonna look at the parents. Like, yo, where's your kid like that? Management is no different. Sir, I thought you weren't gonna come in. I thought you weren't feeling good. What's going on though, homie? Mm. But it's a trade-off, and not everybody's meant to be a leader, and that's okay. Like society needs leaders and followers. It's okay, but if you choose to be a leader, then this is that's what comes with it. Anyway, enough preaching. I'm sure you didn't come for that. So how's it going? How Miss Eva, how was your week? Michael, how was your week? How are you guys this week? What's going on? Did you guys catch the vlogs this week? Like, what did you think? Did you enjoy them? Let me tell you something. I don't. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, but that shoe rack I put together, that shit kicked my ass. Like that was bad. I don't know if you could tell. You probably can't tell because I skipped. It took me so long that like I jumped through it. But oh my god, like it was so. Whoo, child. Like that was. I know. Where is JJ? Am I boring you, Miss Eva? Damn, my heart hurts. Yeah, I know. Where is JJ? Like he always brings the comedy with him. I'm sure he'll pop in at some point. But we we didn't get to do them because so I was gonna do it today. Today was gonna do it, but Lexi was supposed to be in town yesterday, and she wound up having to go to uh to her store, and then because the person quit today, her assistant quit today. I don't know if you caught that earlier, but her assistant who she hired so that she can have some help quit this morning. Like she got a text message at like 6:30 this morning, and the young lady quit, so she had to go to work. So that's the problem is that like if I had a jack, I just go with her to work and just do them in the parking lot while she's working. Like that would be a problem. But a jack is like $300-400, and then it's like I live in a one-bedroom apartment. Like where the hell am I going to store a jack? So I'm like, even if I did have the money to buy one, I'm like, where the hell am I supposed to put a 3-ton jack? So like, and then the weather has been freezing. It's been below freezing for most of the week, and then today was like ridiculously windy. So it's just been. So we're supposed to do it tomorrow. We're supposed to go. Lexi's off, so we'll go to our daughter's, and her neighbor is a mechanic. Like he works on cars out of his garage, and so I can sit in the street and just do it. But it's just been it's just not been good. I can rent a where can I rent a jack from? Like I can rent one? I didn't know that. Yeah, but that shoe rack, oh my god, like that shoe rack was like there was so many times that so putting the frame together was easy, right? But then when I was putting the net together, it's alignment. So you ever button up a shirt and realize you have the buttons all aligned? So the buttons were there goes JJ. There goes JJ. What up, JJ? So so you ever put a shirt, a button up shirt and misalign the buttons? So that's what kept happening to me while I was putting the net and the poles that stretch the net out. Like I kept getting them misaligned, and I wouldn't realize until I got a few in. So then I had to take them all off, and then yeah, and then I did that on both sides. So it was frustrating. It was like I was so over when I by the time I put that rack together and I finished the video, I was done. I was like I'm over this. like screw that rack. I was so done. From Taylor Rental, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to look in that. I didn't have no idea that you can do that. I'm gonna look into that because I could do that. I told you not to eat those beans at night. And JJ is in the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Uh, but yeah, so we're hoping to get him because like it wouldn't take me that long. I'm pretty sure I can get them done within an hour. Like it wouldn't take me that long. But I need a way to lift up the beer. I mean, at this point, I would have used like the regular hand crank jack, but the car didn't have one. So I'm trying to, bruh. I'm trying to. I'm trying to. I'm trying to get them done. I'm hopefully gonna get in them tomorrow. I'm gonna look that up right now, Miss Eva. Google says my area, Home Depot. I might be able to rent one. I, Thank you, Miss Eva. Yeah, I'm gonna look into this. Google says there's some other places, but I've never heard of these places in Fayetteville. But we have a Home Depot, so I'm gonna look at it then. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hey, Miss Mirage, look at this beauty that just showed up. How you doing, gorgeous? I'm fine. Did my loud mouth wake you up? Have you seen your prom? But yeah, I didn't know that, so I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into that because that'd be perfect. Like if I can rent it, that'd be perfect. Because I'm like at this point, like I'm like maybe I just take them to the somewhere and get. Like I have the brakes in the car, like I have them. So, ooh, McDonald's. Nah, no, I hope not. Well, I'm not getting underneath the car, so that's a plus. I don't need to get underneath the car to do the brakes, so that's a plus. Yep, she woke up. She's gathering herself. She'll be on in a minute. I figured she'd wake up once she hear me. She'd wake up, but I just didn't want to wake up. Like she was so tired. Like she literally came in, got undressed, gave me a kiss, and she was like, "I'm gonna take a nap." Excuse me. She was like, I bought food. She was like, I bought like she went. There's a Lowe's Foods near her. I don't know if you have that where you're at, but and she went and like got the pre cooked food. Like she bought a small rack of ribs and some bread and some salad. And she's like, go ahead, make yourself some food. And she went. She was like, I'm taking a nap. So McDonald's. You got to be young to eat McDonald's because I can't eat McDonald's. Is just, whew, that'll screw me up. I can't really do fast food like that. I can't do fast food like that, especially like greasy fast food, like and Chipotle and I can stomach a burrito or something, but like McDonald's and I think if there's any with Burger King, like sometimes Chick-fil-A is good, but and Wendy's. I think Wendy's is the cheapest. When Lexi and I were in that hotel, we were eating a lot of Wendy's because it was cheap. Taco Bell is good. That Crunch Wrap is my favorite. Oh, we had Taco Bell a couple days ago, sometime this week, and Lexi bought what those things did you bought the the Cinnabons, the little Cinnaball thingies with the cream inside. Fire. They were good cold, but they're way better warm. Miss Eva, you are a gambler. Uh-oh. Miss Eva said she didn't cook tonight. She hit on the casino online, so she treated her family to eat out. I love chalupas. Yes, chalupa supremes. I do love me some chalupas. Yes, Lex. My wife's damn near entire family is are gamblers. Like I can't do it. Well, actually, no. Our daughter is not like our daughter's not a gambler, but Lexi, our son, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-laws, like they. Gamblers, as in we like to gamble. We don't just gamble. I mean, yeah, they're not like hardcore. They just love going. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I just I don't. I'm like when our son where we lived in Florida, where we had what was it, the Seminole gambling spot. I don't know what it's called. The Seminole Casino. And our son took us there. He's like, I'm like, dude, I don't gamble. Like, I don't want to. That's not fun for me. He's like, oh, I'm gonna give you the money. I'm like, that doesn't matter, bro. Like, wasting money is wasting money. Like, I can't do it. They say scared people don't gamble. That I'm scared. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. That hurts my heart.
Hi, everybody.
But Lexi loved it. You have to turn around. But Lexi loves it. My mother-in-law, God bless her heart, she's turning 80 this year, and she is like they're thinking about taking her to Atlantic City because she loves to gamble. Michael said, "Hi, Lexi."
Hi.
Wait, hold on. I'm missing the conversation. JJ, what did you eat? Michael says the chalupas. I love the steak ones. Yes, steak chalupas are good. Eva said, JJ, we had steak at Roadhouse. JJ, I won't gamble because I know I would be addictive. That's also why I don't drink. I don't drink because, like, drink it. Like, I don't know how people my age or older still drink. Like, I don't get it. Like, I had one beer and that gave me a hangover. I gambled once in Vegas, Michael says, and won $5,000. Wow. Oh, yeah. Eva said I hit 3,000 on a dollar 60 bit. Like this, like recently you hit 3,000. Like that's what you just won, Miss Eva. 3,000. Wow. Oh yeah. Michael says. JJ asked Michael the slots. JJ says, "Hey Lexi." Hi. Mike says yes. JJ said, "Okay now." Miss Eva said, "Hi, sweetie."
Hi.
No, okay, Michael. I know you said that, but Miss Eva, I'm saying You just won? That's what you just won? That you say you treated your family? I had a friend who was also an employee, and he used to play the. He used to play. Hold on, let me move over. He used to play the. I don't know what lottery is, like the pick three or whatever.
Carolina lottery.
The pick. Well, this pick three specific, I think it was, and he would use school bus numbers. He was like, dude, just play school bus numbers. You know how school buses had the numbers, and he would just play school bus numbers. And he was like, just that's what I use. And he's won like 6-7 times. He won once, and he bought me my first camera when I first started in YouTube. Harley was as soon as she saw me sitting down talking, she was like, "Oh, I gotta go see what Daddy's doing." I just want to say that people weren't coming in until you sat down here. Just saying. It was just me, Eva, and Mike for a while, and then JJ popped in. I saw Miss Mirage once. Yes, Harley is a girl. Thank you, JJ.
She is a girl.
Yes, Harley is a girl. Just picking Mike, but yeah, Harley is a girl. Harley is a girl.
Girl. You a sweet girl, right?
Harley for Harley Quinn, not Harley Davidson. Is for Harley Quinn. And when we first got her, that name fit so well. She's toned down a little bit, but that name fit so well when we first got her. Harley Quinn. You're fine, Mike. You're fine. It's kind of hard when you hear a name like Harley. A bunch of people. A bunch of people. Yeah, we get that all the time. They're like, "Oh,
you say Harley." They're like, "Oh, he's so cute." I'm like, "She's a girl."
Harley is a girl. Yeah, for Harley Quinn. For Harleen Quinzel. And when, like I said, when we first got with Lexi was like, I want somebody with attitude. I want something with attitude and sass and stuff. And we got her, and like that was like, wow, we got exactly what Lexi asked for.
She is that Enzo.
It's that patriarch mindset. For February 14th, yeah, she did curse me out a little bit. She does that often. Especially when I'm telling her like to move over or get her butt out of. I don't know if any of you guys have had boxers before, but that butt is like a loaded weapon. So
it's lethal.
When I be telling her like move the hell over or whatever, she gets mad. For February 14th, what are we doing for Valentine's Day? Besides the hippity dippity.
Besides me working?
When is that for when is? I don't know. We don't ever. I don't think we've ever celebrated.
It's a Saturday.
Lexi and I like give ourselves gifts all year round, and we like do stuff randomly. So like, come holidays or something like that, it's never been like, ooh, we gotta do this. It's like, eh. Your pups were. Oh, I didn't respond to you, Ms. Eva. Your pups were gorgeous. Sorry, I didn't. I thought I responded to you. I was like, we love the tutu. Your pups were gorgeous, though. They were gorgeous. And if you didn't read them, if you didn't see the email, we loved the tutu. Like the tutu was so cute. Right? Yeah. Like they're not holiday. Like I don't know. Well, first of all, like everywhere's busy. Right, because that's when like everybody's out doing stuff. So it's like, do we really?
We used to usually like go out to dinner like the day before or after or something like that. Because the day of it was too much.
Yes, we did see your diva in her little tutu and bow, and she was so damn cute.
She was too cute.
I saw the only drive-in movie. The only time I went to a drive-in was to see the original Transformers back in like '07, '08. I had it was a very bad experience. It was a very bad experience. And not because of like the movie, just like the people that were there. Like it was just it didn't sit well with me.
Well, the movie theaters now are like, I think, amazing. Like you get recliners and they bring you food, and it's so different now.
You don't observe holidays no more. I ain't mad at you. Like sometimes it be like that. Like I said, we rarely like between us, holidays are like non-existent. Like we do holidays for like the family and the grandkids and stuff like that. But between us, like, oh, you still have drive-ins where you're at? And Mike, you said your mom is gonna be 61. God bless her. Oh yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. In my area, you saying, JJ? Like in New York, you're saying? Oh, I'm not hating on it. It's New York. Like I'm pretty sure they were ghetto. Bex, I've never heard of that one. In Lake County, PA. Oh, okay. But yeah, Lexi and I, we don't, like I said, it's like I told you guys in the video, like I'm the worst gift giver. Like I'm like, hey, let's go, you know, I won't tell her why we're going to the mall, but in the mall, I'm like, when we walk past the Michael Kors store, I'm like, pick out a purse. And she's like, no, babe. I'm like, babe, pick out a purse. And then, like, yours is September 27th, and mom's is February 27th. Oh, that is cool.
Well, happy early birthday to your mama.
Happy early birthday to your mama. Whoop, whoop, 60. Let me tell you something. If God sees fit to let me hit 60, it's a wrap for the world. Like, I try to be politically correct now. When I hit 60, it's a wrap. I'm like,
that's how my mother thinks.
mommy's 80. Like, I'd be like,
that's exactly how
I'd be like,
you see how she be acting. Trying to beat people with her cane.
Is that what 27th means? Oh, why it's a wrap? Because, like, let me tell you something, bro. Like, whatever come out my mouth when I hit 60, like, I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm gonna be like House MD, just Samuel Jackson over here. Like, just I said, I try to be, I try to keep it PG now and stuff, but here we go. I'm saying though, like, yeah, it's gonna be. You lost your filter at 40. I was, because of what I did and what I'm trying to do now. I can't really, I can't really say the things that, like, you should see what I edit out, because.
Have you mentioned anything about what I'm gonna do?
No, and I wanted to, but I didn't want. That was your news to share. Well, you share it. Yeah. But move this over, babe, because every time you move your chin or something.
Ow.
All right. Like, I'm sure they can hear it.
You just pinched my hair.
I'm sorry.
JJ said I lost my filter at 40.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it was sad. That was sad. I'm telling you, Miss Eva, like, hell yeah. Like, ooh, child. Like, whew. Like I said, because I was in customer service in my career. Now I'm, online, and, so I have to keep it, a certain level. But at 60, like I said, you have to see the stuff I edit out. I'm like, I can't say that. I know, I see her. feel you. I mean, if you in a position where you could do that, like that's empowering. Like I totally respect it, you know. But I just like I said, if if you're choosing to do something, then you gotta operate within those confines. You can't be, I can't be dropping the F-bomb every 5 seconds and then wonder why I'm not making any ad revenue. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got to keep it a certain, But at that point, I won't be doing this anymore, and I'll be like I said, it'd be Samuel L. Jackson up in here. I'll be his cousin.
Just saying whatever you want to say.
Lexi gonna be walking around like, stop that. Hey, enough. You weren't doing that before mommy was out here. Cut it out. Okay? I feel you. Well, now if you ask me my opinion, that's
Yeah, if you ask me for my
if you're asking, like that's
then whatever comes out you're gonna get.
I'm like, you want me to be honest, or you want me to
that's me now. You ask me my opinion, you're gonna get it.
She said, that's why I don't make a channel or a blog now. I'll be reported in a minute. That's what Eva said. Miss Eva said. I mean, I feel you, Mike. Like, I mean, there's certain times where I feel like cursing is acceptable. Like sometimes when stuff happens unexpectedly and, if you're like, oh shit, like I think that's a perfectly acceptable, but JJ says that's why I don't have a channel. I get flagged in 3 minutes. Like I said, I edit this. There's sometimes on certain things, on certain topics, I go on a rant and I just like, and I'm like, while I'm editing it, I'm like, nah, I probably don't want to say that.
Oh, there isn't.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with the fucking F-bomb. But again, like you know.
That comes out a lot of my mouth.
Yeah, but again, if I'm going to do what I'm doing, then I have to kind of work within the confines of what I'm doing. Because then, whether I like it or not, this is what the consensus is. And if I'm going to do it, like I said, I can't just be letting it fly. And then when ads don't want to place ads on my videos because, I can't get mad. So like, I'm trying to make money. So you gotta work within. They're not telling you not to curse. They're just saying, like, don't, keep it PG-13, not rated R. Oh, you have kids around? I feel you.
Yeah, there ain't no kids here. So
yeah, there ain't no kids here besides Harley. And all these holy ears need to get over. I feel you, because like cussing is like, it's like seasoning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I'm a cusser. To quote one of my favorite celebrities, it's like I'm a Christian who cuss. I'm a cussing Christian. And I'll repeat something else he said too. Like, he's like, if you knew who I was back then, you'd be okay with this occasional cussing I'm doing now. Like,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. I feel you. I'm the same. I agree. I'm, like I said, in person, like who I am in person, when I'm not, like if we were all here in my living room having this discussion, yeah, it'd be totally different. It'd be totally different. Hell yeah, I would cut. Man, I
wouldn't say I would cuss them out. However, I'm gonna say something, and if you get nasty, then yeah, you're gonna get cursed out.
There was one time I was on my way to Walmart to pick up her meds, and one thing I can't stand is like I walk fast. I'm a fast walker, And when I go, I hate going shopping. I hate doing that. So like when I go in somewhere, I'm trying to go in, get what I need to get, and get the hell out. And there were people in there that were just strolling right in front of me, and I couldn't get around them. And yeah, they heard about it. They heard about it because the lady was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, you should be. Like, you guys are strolling. Like, there's nobody else walking around Walmart." Oh, I love me some Monique.
Oh,
I love Monique. I think she is awesome. And I don't know, I haven't seen her lately, but I thought she was a beautiful big woman back in the day. Nah, I'm pretty respectful. Like I said, like if you know, I ain't trying to. I'm not
the
trying.
problem is like you're in a grocery store, right? You know it's busy, and there's people behind you, and you just stop dead center of the aisle where I can't go around you. I can't, like, there's no way for me to get past you, and you just stop just because, and then you're just looking. You're not even grabbing and moving. You're just looking. Like, dude, there's people behind you. You're not the only one in the store.
Yeah, like you're
So
not
move
there.
it to the side so that people can get around.
Yeah, like if you gotta stop, move over. Like Monique is still beautiful. I bet she is. I haven't seen her in a while, but I thought she was a beautiful big woman. I can't. Like if that really bothers me, Mike. Like oh my God, to like no end. I'm like, bro, HEB is a supermarket in Texas. I haven't heard of HEB in a very long time since I lived in Texas. But like I said, man, I try to get in and out and I be in a flow. And when you cut off my flow, that is so annoying to me. Uh Actually HEB is pretty popular in Texas. I ain't been there in a while, so I couldn't tell you. But I remember it being pretty popular in Texas. Is that what HEB stands for? I didn't know that. Here, everything is better. They started in Curva, Texas. Oh, I didn't. Oh, and Bucky's. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's what HEB stands for.
Yeah, I definitely do know.
You you ran into somebody with your wheelchair.
And they almost fell on her lap.
uh,
Move out the way.
Move. Get out the way.
He was coming through.
You know you try to cop a feel. uh Damn, Miss Eva, how fast were you going on your wheelchair? How fast were you going on your wheelchair? Miss Eva had her hyper thrusters on.
She was on turbo.
I feel you though, man. Like I'm telling you, I'm trying to get in and out of there, man. I hate that. I asked Lexi when the lines are backed up, like I get frustrated, man. I'm like, I'll leave my cart right there. Like, whatever. I'll come get this another time.
Poaching alpha. Oh my God.
She said real fast. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think you know what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I get so mad if I'm walking into somewhere or getting ready to jump on a drive-through and somebody like beats me to it right before I get there. Like that annoys me so much. Like you don't understand.
It makes him mad.
Like it makes me so mad, and I'm gonna tell you why. Burger King ain't changed their damn menu since 1993. When I say, babe, let's go to Burger King, I already know what the hell I'm gonna get when I get to Burger King. When I get to that line, I already know what I'm gonna get. So it pisses me off when somebody beats me to the line, and now I'm standing there for 20 minutes waiting for them to decide what the hell they want. Burger King ain't changed their menu in 2 decades. Like, why is it that you don't know what the hell you want to eat? And that pisses me off. I'm like, oh my God.
So you cut me off, and now...
Yeah, you cut me off. You don't even know what the hell you want to eat yet. Oh my God. That pisses me off.
Yeah, I'm sure, Eva.
Yeah, I'm sure, Miss Eva.
They were like, watch out for the lady in the wheelchair.
Somebody hit your car and knocked the soda all over you. Ooh, yeah, I would have got.
And threw a soda in the drive-thru.
Carlos is one of those guys who would turn off his car just to cut someone off in the drive-thru. No, I ain't cutting nobody off. I'm just saying. Like if you rushing to beat me in the drive-thru, then you at least better know what the hell you want to eat. Now I'm sitting there like, wow. It's the same Big Mac and Whopper Jr. like for 30 years already. Yeah, exactly. Mike, he said, where you be hanging out, Compton? He's from the west side of Austin. Yeah, you're waiting for a parking spot. Somebody just whips in. Like, you didn't just see me sitting here.
Just sitting right here waiting.
And you got married in Compton? Wow. Okay. That's cool. Jay just said Compton, Texas. But yeah, oh my God, I'm telling you, that bothers me. That bothers me to no end. Like literally, I throw a tantrum in the car. I'm like, fuck, man.
See, you got married in Compton, same thing.
You want that kind? You want to see that?
You don't want to see that.
I'm telling you, bro. Like
you don't want to see that.
That, oh my God, that pisses me off. That makes me so mad. Like I used to date a girl years ago. I used to date this girl, and same thing. Like we go into a fast food restaurant, waiting on the line for 15 minutes, and we finally get up there, and she still don't know what she want to eat. Give me my damn food. Here's the card. When you decide what you want to eat, you pay for it. Like I'm gonna sit down and eat my damn food. Like I've told them that too. Like please go get my food. Like when she decides, like she'll pay. Like I ain't got time for it. Like that's annoying.
Lexi, we have to start a GoFundMe to bail. Exactly.
Like that, oh my God, that's just one of those things that make my blood itch. Like, oh my God. Into mutants when it comes to food. Like, it's not just food either. Like, it's anything. It's anything that's a line. I'm like I go somewhere, I know exactly what I want. Hey, how can we help you? Yes, I want this, this. Done. And people are like, well, I'm like, oh my God, bro.
Or they'll start. So can I have a Whopper with cheese, no pickles, mustard, no ketchup? Like it's
Even
just
said I'm red just thinking about it. Like, oh my God, I'm telling you. No, what the hell are you doing the whole way here? You weren't thinking about this? Like, we have smartphones now. Like, you can literally look at a menu before you get there. Like, ugh.
exactly, JJ. Should not be science. It should not. Like if you're going to a specific place, right, is because you know there's something specific you want there. Why are we still standing at?
No, I mean at a restaurant.
I mean that's different.
That's different, you know. Like,
but you're going to McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King or what? Like, dude, come on.
Big Mac been on the damn menu since I was a kid, bro. Like the Big Mac, the quarter pounder, the McDouble, the McChickens, like those have been there since pimping been pimping. Like, Mike said, Harley looks like she wants a Whopper.
Harley would love a Whopper.
I'm not a big fan of Panda Express, and the last time I ate there, I almost like killed myself. I almost killed myself because I saw something like the only thing I wanted to eat, and I was telling them I ordered it. Like they were putting it in a plate, and Lexi comes running. She's like, "Babe, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "What?" Like I got annoyed. I was like, "What?" And she's like, "You can't eat that." And I'm like, "Why?" And I look where they get them, and there were nuts, which I've never seen before. I was like, "Why are there nuts with the chicken?" But it was some meal that they had. Was it walnuts or something in it?
Yeah.
So, like, if I didn't notice, please make a video next time it happens for real. I bet it goes viral. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was, Mike.
That's what it was, Mike.
Yeah,
that's
the honey walnut shrimp. Yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
I tend to eat the same things over and over again because I'm so scared. Like, you know, Lexi done seen me over the years have breakouts. It's not fun. Excuse me. It's the only way to do it, Miss Eva. I'd have to have the camera on me the moment I decide, okay, I'm going to Burger King or something here. Like, just turn on the camera, and it won't be fake either. I promise you, it'll be a real reaction. I'm telling you, I get so mad. Is it really peanuts and shrimp and interesting? I'm allergic to it, so I can't. You don't have to be sorry. You didn't force me to eat it. You don't have to be sorry. But nah, like I just that one time I was like, oh, that looks really good. And I didn't notice. And luckily my wife loves me. And she was like, babe.
I was like, sir, you cannot eat that. He's like, why not? I'm like, because it has nuts. Like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like she's so particular now with it because we had a scare when we first got together. But then it's happened a couple times. But she's so particular now that so when she comes home, when she gets out the car, I hand her the leash for Hurley, and then I grab her purse and whatever bag she has, and I carry the bags inside. And I don't like going through her purse, but I empty. I take the coffee mug out of her purse, the glasses, of her phone and stuff, and I sit it on the counter. So I did that today, and she had a separate Walmart bag that was bundled up with something inside. And so I'm like, right before she fell asleep, I'm like, what's in the bag? And she's like, don't open it, don't touch it, leave it in the bag. I'm like, okay. And she's like, what the hell was it?
It's a banana nut.
Banana nut muffin. And so she's like, don't touch it, don't open it, just And I was like, oh, got it. And I just left it in the bag. I don't even know if touching it will give me an outbreak, so I don't touch them.
Like when I go buy groceries and stuff like that, I don't put with all of our groceries. I put it in separate bags by itself because I know he's allergic and I don't want him to touch it.
Yeah. Oh, allergic to mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, but I feel you. Ooh. Be nice, JJ. But no, I feel you. Like it's. But let me tell you something. Allergies are like
JJ, I'm gonna kick you behind.
Allergies are like you ever ask like have a conversation with people about allergies? Like it's weird. I'm not saying that. It's not weird. It's interesting what people are allergic to.
Yeah.
Like you hear some allergy, you're like, wow, you're allergic to that? And it's like I heard somebody allergic to strawberries. I worked with a shop foreman when I worked.
I'm coming to Maryland.
Yeah, we're coming to Maryland.
That's it. It's over. That's it.
I worked with a shop foreman at the last Honda dealership that I worked at, and he was a technician. He was an automotive technician, and he had to wear, even in the dead of summer, he had to wear long sleeves because he was allergic to oil and latex. So he couldn't even buy normal gloves. He had to buy, I think it's called neoprene. He had to buy neoprene gloves. He said exactly like see. So it's very interesting. I've heard of people being allergic to water, sunlight, bee stings, iodine. Like it's interesting to hear what people are allergic. I'm like, wow, you're allergic. Wow, that's interesting. Peanut nut allergies are pretty common. Like there's so many people with.
Yeah, that's the most common.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. The last time I had an outbreak, I paid for. We went to this
Oh, you too, Mike.
Mike,
great weekend.
High five, fist bump to you, homie.
Enjoy
Peace
Super
out.
Bowl.
Enjoy the Super Bowl. Easy on the beat. So let me tell you a funny story. So during Christmas, AJ, we used to take AJ someplace in a few hours from it was closer when we lived where we lived. But there was this family that had like this had all this land, and they would have they would set up, I mean, it was huge. They would set up like Christmas decorations and like this whole I don't even know what to call it. Like
they would do it was literally a Christmas farm, and they would do like a trolley, and they had hay rides and all that kind of stuff.
So like they would take us like they had like a little like a truck with trailers pulling trailers, and you got to sit in it, and they'll take you through the farm, and you can see all the lights and the ornaments and the stuff that they had up or whatever. So one day I went, it was my brother Tori, me and Lexi and AJ. And I got there and not even paying attention. I love caramel popcorn. The problem with caramel popcorn is that a lot of people put nuts in the popcorn. So I ordered me some caramel popcorn, and I'm eating, and I'm not even paying attention. And after like 2 minutes, my lip starts burning, which is usually the telltale sign that I done ate something I'm not supposed to. So my lip starts burning, and I look at the bag of popcorn, and there's nuts in it, and I'm like, oh my God. Now, mind you, we weren't in the city. Like this was in Carajo, in the middle of the country somewhere. And so long story short, I wound up in a hospital in the emergency room. They're all around me. They're all of my brother's panicking. Lexi's worried. Like everybody's around me, and I'm pissed because I'm like, bro, like, why the hell are y'all here? Like, y'all need to. I done paid for that shit. Y'all need to go and watch those damn lights. Like, somebody go do that. Like, I'm still gonna be here when it's over. Just come get me when it's done. And nobody left. I was mad. I was genuinely mad. I was like, bro, like somebody. That's like $80 that's just gone to waste. Like somebody needs to go watch those stupid lights.
Oh yeah, I'm allergic to BS too.
Oh, I'm allergic to BS.
So allergic to BS.
Let me tell you, I get annoyed. Like that has caused arguments between Lexi and I. When Lexi want to tell me gossip, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit, bro. And she gets so mad. She's like, I'm trying to talk to you, and I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Like I don't want to hear it. When I was younger, we used to buy Cracker Jacks, and I used to like pick through it, but yeah, like I couldn't eat the whole box. And then, wow, Cracker Jacks! I ain't seen Cracker Jacks in a long. Out here, it's called Crunch and Munch.
Yeah, they do a lot of crunch and munch.
But yeah, like I wouldn't be able to eat it because. And then nowadays, like I can't even eat something that was in the same packaging as nuts. Oh, Lexi? Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yes, she does.
I get that all the time. You read me very well.
I know when she's mad at me before she even opens her mouth. I'm like, what's wrong? As a matter of fact, I ask her that all the time. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you?
He knows. Well, like if I'm thinking about something too hard or I'm stressing, like he can see it all over my face.
Yeah.
No, it's a valid observation.
Like Lexi's so passionate about what what she feels and how she feels it. That yeah, like it's like I'm like I'm like, babe, what's wrong? She's like, nothing. I'm like, don't tell me nothing. Like if you don't want to talk about it, just say that. But I'm like, I know something is bothering you. What's on your mind? And she'll tell me. And like I called her earlier today, and she answers the phone, and she's got this grin on her. I'm like, what's wrong? And she just shook her head. I'm like, you want to talk about it? And then she opened up and found, I'm like, so, but yeah,
It be facing.
Yeah.
Yes. It definitely do.
So she be, and it is, she threw my food at me one day, and I knew she was mad. Like when I came home, she just looked at me. And I was like,
That's a lie.
I had ribs. That's it, and bread.
I had nap.
We need to do groceries. Like we have like chicken, but that's all we have. And we didn't have chicken like 3 times this week.
Exactly, JJ. I kind of just like that.
Whatever. She was like,
dropped it on the table.
Tell them why.
No. He's dramatic. I didn't throw the plate.
No, she was just really tired, Ms. Eva. Like it was we had been up. Like when I filmed that, and I said this, I made a little when I edited, I did a little recording and I put it in the video, in the front of the video explaining this because I felt the vibe, but I was like, well, maybe they'll pick up on it like during the video, so I wound up taking it off. But we were up at like 6 a.m. Lexi worked all day. I was running around all day, and then Lexi got off early, so she decided to cook. So she cooked. I cleaned the kitchen. By the time it was done, like it was like 9 o'clock when we decided to do that. Like, and we had the itis. We were tired. Like it was just, but she really wanted to do it. And she really wanted to be. And I was like, babe, but I'm gonna vlog it. So like, I'll just do it tomorrow. She's like, no, let's do it. Like I'll be in the vlog. And so she was just really tired. It was just a long day. and she was just really tired. But she really wanted to be a part of the vlog, and she really wanted to, do and get the cases up and stuff. She was excited because it was about her purses. So she was really excited. She was just really tired. We were both just we were just tired. Like I said,
unfortunately, Miss Eva, I have I have what they call the resting bitch face more often than not. And it's not because I'm mad or I'm pissed or I'm sad.
JJ.
It's just my face. But I definitely was tired that day. Like I was.
Yeah, we would
I
just.
have been running around in 2 different facilities that day. Just like it was crazy.
No, but she really did throw my.
I did not. Stop it.
Yeah, she did
You're
throw.
lying.
Mm-hmm. So much so that my food wound up off the plate.
Oh my god, he is so dramatic. I did not.
Babe, that's not what happened?
No.
Okay, so tell him why then.
I didn't throw the plate. So first of all, let me say, if you're in a relationship, okay, let me just put this out there. If you do something all the time, that one time when you don't do it, it's going to be noticed. Like that's just how it goes, right? So every day he called me when he was driving home. Carlos did a lot of driving for work. So most of the stores, except for the one that was in our town that was like 10 minutes away, most of them were an hour away. So every time that he was on his way home, he would call me and we would sit on the phone until he got home. That day he decided he just wasn't going to call me, no text, no nothing. And I didn't say nothing. I was just like, I'm going to see if he's just not. And he sure enough did not call. So when he walked in the door, I had already cooked dinner. So he sat down and I placed the plate and I moved on up.
It was like,
I did not throw it. I literally placed it
because I didn't call.
On the counter.
Because I didn't call. It was one of those days. Like, first of all, let me say that I didn't come home late. It wasn't like I was 3 hours late or whatever. I just did not call on my, like, it was just one of those days for me. Like, I was tired. I was aggravated.
I don't know what it was that day, but that day, it like really, really bothered me that he didn't. I mean, and then he tried to clean it up. He was like, but I was talking to Tori on the phone. Oh, so you could call our kid, but you couldn't call me. That like it was.
She was passive aggressive.
It was the whole thing. I was just very emotional.
For 2 days, I might add you, because I came home the next day and she was still upset. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, babe, really?
Yeah, it was bad.
But
I didn't throw the food.
Yeah.
He's telling
I was, that day was just, it was a long day. I was tired. Something had just happened. Something had just happened at one of the stores that I was at. That's what made me leave. I was like, you know what? I got to go. I'm leaving right now. And I was just so frustrated and so upset that I drove. I was coming from Wilson, which was half hour away. And I was like, I'm going home. And I just went home. I showed up. And when she was like, why didn't you call me? And I was like, I was talking to Tori. And she was not happy about that. Yeah. So
again, you don't just not do something.
But this is what happens.
You do all the time.
This is what happens when you spoil your wife. And then when you don't do it, it's like, wait a minute. She makes it known. You didn't do this. I'm like, I didn't know I had to. I was just something I do. And she was like, excuse me. So yeah, she wasn't happy that day. Now, mind you, she let me pay for it, because after that, I used to call her all the time, and like she'll get a phone call. I'll call you back, and I'll never hear. I'm like, I think I was going to call
that to you for the kids. I don't do that with anybody else.
I'm like,
if it's one of my kids, one of the kids, yes, I'm hanging up on you. I'm answering the call.
I'll be like, hello. Or I was gonna make a whole vlog about this. This happened the other day. This happened like 2 weeks ago. So we're video chatting, right? We're video chatting, and she's like, hold on, babe, give me a second. So I'm like, I'm waiting for an answer now, but she's like, hold on, give me a second. So I'm like, all right. 5 minutes go by. Like, she's on the screen. Like I can see her. She's on the screen, and I'm like, okay, 5 minutes go by, nothing. 10 minutes go by, and I'm like, hello? She's like, what? I'm like, am I still holding on? She said, I told you I was back 5 minutes ago. I'm like, no, the hell you didn't. I've been looking at the screen the entire time. You didn't say anything. I'm like, you said that shit in your head. And because I didn't hear you in your head, it's my problem. I'm like, I'm looking at the screen the entire time. She does that a lot. Like we'll talk, and she's like, give me a second. I'm looking, so I'm like waiting for her, and she's like, what? I said, I'm like, no, you didn't. I've been looking at you. Yeah. Yeah. So yes, couples. I was gonna make a whole vlog about that moment. I was so mad too. I'm like, I'm looking at you the whole damn time. You didn't say nothing. Humans are a mess.
We are a mess.
I'm telling you, when we get bigger, like we're just gonna hire a camera person to just walk around recording us, because
the things that go on,
the things that happen, the things that go on in this house and like together in our lives, that it's just so funny. Like it's just there. We just need to have a camera crew. Just
sometimes I'm like, that just happens. Like, where's the camera?
We did a whole video, the one with us laying in the bed that we were asking each other questions. Like that wasn't a planned, and it really didn't do. That video got as many views as it did, but statistically, it didn't really do good. And it wasn't a planned video. Like we were sitting there bored.
Very random.
We were sitting there bored, and I asked ChatGPT. I was like, "Hey, give me these questions." And I just like, I turned the camera on because I'm like, this would be one of those moments where we said to ourselves, "Damn, the camera should have been running." So I just hit record, and that's what happened. But people didn't like that video.
Yeah.
YouTube as a whole did not like that video. Yeah, but that's what happens. Like all the time. We like Lexi and I, if you guys were here, like peeking in the or like flies on the wall and saw us, like, because this is us all the time. And I think that's why we've lasted as long as we did, because we know how to laugh and point and make fun of each other.
You have to.
Yeah, but I agree. You have to. I said something today I said something the other day about her that no woman wants to hear about herself. And she was like, thanks, babe. And I'm like, I'm just saying.
Can't take him nowhere. Nowhere.
Right, I agree. Like we agree. Like we make fun of each other all the time.
Oh yeah.
We're cracking on each other all the time. So, but let me say this. Let me get this out because she told me to say it, and I don't want to forget. So, Lexi is going to be starting her own podcast. This is going to be her work, something that she's going to do. I might, pop in and out like she does with the vlogs. But she's going to be starting a podcast. It's going to be wherever you listen to podcast. If you listen to podcasts, it's not going to be visual. It's going to be audio only. So it's going to be, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
So y'all get to listen to my podcast.
And I let you explain what it is about, because you know what it's about.
All right. I'll give y'all a little, what is that, synopsis. So it's the podcast is called The Comeback Story, Soft Healing Hard Truths. So it's basically talking about childhood trauma, becoming a teen mom, and the things that I've gone through in life. Hopefully to be able to inspire someone going through it, or um, being around someone who has gone through it, you know, just to share my story, and how I became who I am, and how I got to where I am today. Um, I feel like I have a story to share, that may again give somebody some kind of inspiration, some kind of hope that um,
Both, JJ.
it's not always bad. You know, I've thought about this podcasting thing for like a really long time. Like it's really been something that podcasting is something that I love. Like I love it, and it's for me it's easier because I don't have to do video if I don't want to. I can just talk. Um and not trying to, boast myself, but I've always been told that my voice is nurturing. It's soothing to some. So I'm gonna use it to try to help others.
Miss Eva, yes, she would, but I'm gonna ask the question and she says, would you get upset if I ever started recording you while you were upset? Yes, she would. Yes, she would. It'd be the funniest shit in the world, but yes, she would. Yes, she gets so upset. She gets so get that damn camera out of my face. She gets so upset. And JJ asked, will you have the energy to do it?
I honestly, JJ, I think that because it's something that I really want, like it's something that I'm really passionate about, I'm gonna find the time to do it. It's really something that I want to do. So I'm gonna give it my all.
So Lexi, I mean, she'll do like like coming up with the topics and stuff on her own, but I'll be the one doing the editing and the production and all that stuff. So like she won't have to do worry about that stuff. So she'll I already gave her a set of mics. She has already her setup where she's gonna do it at, and
I don't know if you'll hear any yawn, but you will hear the snot boogers and the crying and all that good stuff.
let me give you a little context. So not so much here because you guys are either our age or older, right? But when we used to go live on TikTok and on Instagram when we were trying to sell Lexi's products, our lives kind of evolved. I don't know how we would get started in that almost every day, but the lives kind of evolved from the products that we were selling to people coming into the lives, like asking us our advice on certain things. Um, I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, which I shared with you guys already. And one thing that I've told Lexi many, many, many times is that I'm like, you have your own story to tell and you have your own accomplishments. Like, just to give you, a little quick shots, like Lexi was a teen mom. She had our daughter at 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she didn't grow up to be on welfare or, ride the system or whatever. Like, Lexi made something of herself, had a career. When I met her, like, she was a supervisor of 5 hospital clinics. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that wasn't something that was like, okay, well, she's just riding welfare and having kids all day. And so, she made something of herself and she raised 2 kids, some of that time by herself. So, I used to tell all the time, like, you have your own triumphs and you have your own wins and stuff that you need to share because there may be some young lady somewhere out there that may find your words encouraging because she's in the same boat. So people would come to, and I would point out to her that, people came to our TikTok lives and they would just ask us these things and stuff. So I was like, maybe what we are more than just crafters, but maybe this is what we do. Maybe this is our gift. And I always push that to her. And fast forward to like a couple of weeks ago, she had a lady come into a store, her location, and the lady wound up opening up to her. Like this random lady. And the lady says that she's like, there's people at church that I don't talk to because they want to know, not because they care, but because they want to be nosy. So I told Lexi, I'm like, you know why she did that, right? And like, she's like, why? And I'm like, because that's your gift. Like, that's what you do. That's who you are. Like, you were able to help me because that's who you are. I'm like, you're downplaying it because it comes natural to you, and all this, everybody does that, but no, it's not the truth. Not everybody can do that. So we were sitting here one day. She came home and she was like, "This is what I want to do." And I was like, "Good idea, hell yeah!" I was like, "Hell yeah, do it." So, and she's always been like into podcast. We tried a podcast once together, and it just the vlogs are not so much her, and the podcast wasn't my vibe, but I always encourage her. I'm like, do it. Like, just do it. If that's what you want, go do it. And so she decided to do it. And I'm happy. Like, so uh that's what she decided to do. So I'm like, she has her own story and she has her own wins. She has things that she's overcame and things that she's dealt with. And she can inspire young women, anywhere from her stories and her wins. So it's not just about me and what I've gone through. She's gone through stuff too. And
exactly, JJ.
yeah, exactly, JJ. JJ said the fuck because I said y'all were older. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so she's, so the fact that, I just kept pointing it out to her, like, this is who you are. And, I didn't push, I'm just like, she'll come to it when she's ready. When she's ready to do it, she will. See, Miss Eva, like, you have a story too. Like, that doesn't happen for everybody. So the fact that you were able to, first of all, good effing job. You go, girl. But the fact that you were able to do that and still, make something of yourself and accomplish your goals and stuff, like, that's something that, those are wins. That's not something to hide and never mention. Like, hey, like, be proud of that shit.
I say it like I don't care. Like, I was a teen mom at 15. By the time I was 17, I was having my second child. Like, it is what it is. However, I wasn't that teen mom that was out partying and goofing around and not taking care of my kids. My kids went. If my kids couldn't go, I didn't go. Wherever I went, they went.
What's that mean?
What?
Lexi, in our culture, we would say, "Tú tienes un don," a special blessing.
Tú tienes un don, like you have a gift. It's a gift.
Yeah, that's a gift. Exactly. I've been telling her that.
And I'm not ashamed of that. Like, my kids saved me. Because I had them, I knew that I had to push harder. I knew that I had to do more, and I refused to be that part of that statistic. And I worked and I bust my behind, and my kids didn't live off of welfare, and we didn't get government assistance. I worked my behind off.
And let me say that, I proudly, since we've been together, I proudly say that I spoiled Lexi and I bought her this and I bought her that. But I understand something, that when I met Lexi, like, she wasn't comfortable getting gifts because she worked for everything she got. When we met, like, she was making good money. She had her own place. She was paying her own damn bills. Like, she was completely self-sufficient. I mean, I just came along and decided to spoil her because she was my wife and I loved her. But, she's was more than capable of doing all of that stuff on her own. And when we met, she was doing it on her own. So, like, I've always told her, like, that's not something that every woman can say. And maybe, there's a young lady out there at 15 who's having a kid, just found out she's pregnant, wondering if her life is over, and your story is going to matter. So Miss Eva says, you have so much in common. JJ says, Akuna Matata.
In his culture.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
So
yeah, it's just, I think it's not only to help others, but it's also for my own healing. So there's gonna be a lot of things, that I'm gonna talk about, that I need to talk about, that I'm sure a lot of people have gone through. But of course, there are things that, people are like, oh my gosh, how could you? Why did you? Blah, blah, blah. But at any given moment, you don't know what the situation, that you're going to be put in, that you're going to make decisions that you're going to have to live with, right? Um, so I just feel like it's a healing process for me too. I get to talk about it. Hopefully get enough listeners where, I'll get questions and people will, engage and stuff like that. And
JJ says song, Michael Jackson, Heal the World. That was a beautiful song, by the way.
It was, yes. I should say it is.
R.I.P. the King of Pop. But yeah, so it's already set up. She just has to record her first episode. I'll edit it and get it up, and then look out for a community post. Well, I'll link the podcast. If you guys are interested, feel free to give it a follow and stuff, and hear her story. Yeah, King of Pop, always. That's right, JJ. And hear her story. And like I said, we decided. I told her, she's not big on camera stuff, and I told her, I'm like, well, you need to tell your story any way that you feel comfortable. However you need to do it, you need to do it because it matters, and not everybody can do that. So, I mean, I just chose video because video, that's what works for me. But I don't know, podcasts like the podcast vibe. Just I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a podcaster. I don't feel that vibe.
I love that. Like I love that whole concept.
So it's just but so like I said, I'll link it when it's up and ready and good to go. I'll link it on a community post, and you guys check it out if you're interested. And
like I said, I'm gonna be honest. I'm an emotional creature. If you don't know, and I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. So there's gonna be emotion, and I'm gonna be me. Like it's gonna be real.
No, we don't know how to be anything but us.
Like I'm gonna be real, so you're gonna get the emotion, and you're gonna get the crying, and you're gonna get the pauses because I'm having a breakdown, or it's gonna happen.
JJ, I think that means you have jokes. JJ,
no,
como llores.
Como jode.
Oh, jode.
You're a pain in the butt.
So, but yeah, so that's what that's the plan is. I wanted to share that, but I was like, it's her story to share, so I wanted, but I wanted her to tell it and stuff. So,
yeah, he does definitely like to bust chops. And we love you just the way you are, JJ. Just the way you are.
Yeah. We be waiting for you. We be waiting for you. Like, damn, where's JJ at, bro? But yeah, so that's what it's coming. Podcast coming. So we appreciate it.
I'll probably do it tomorrow since I'm off. I'll probably get some recording done.
Yeah. The best place for her to do it is in the car, I told her. I'm like, in the car, because the car already has like acoustic set, it's already designed that way. So I'm like, it's probably the best way to do it.
No, it won't, JJ.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Ain't no party until JJ busts through the door. Not even.
China's expensive, dude. No. We don't have China.
I got some Dixie plates.
We got Dixie plates, though.
Paper plates.
We got rich people paper plates. A subscriber sent me Dixie plates. They said the paper plates I was using were not really healthy. So for my birthday, they sent me, some other stuff, but they sent me Dixie plates. Yeah. Those are rich people paper plates.
We were like, oh, we fancy now.
Yeah, see, Miss Eva? Yeah, exactly. We can't without you. I'm telling you. So when I was editing that video yesterday, and I did the Charlie Brown reference, I was like, man. So my thought process, I'm like, man, everybody says this, and everybody says it, and they say it the same way. I was like, how do I make fun of the fact? Like, how do I make it aware and do it in a way that's different and funny? So I was like, okay, well, most of my audience are either my age or older. So I was like, everybody, they'll all know Charlie Brown. So that's why I did it that way. And then the reference at the end, and then the video before I had another reference that that you didn't comment. You didn't even. I don't even think you watched that video, Mister. But anyway, I was waiting. I was like, JJ's gonna love this, and you never commented. I was like, oh, black folk paper plates. So I was like, oh, JJ's gonna love. I'm sure JJ's gonna comment on this, and you didn't. I was
so much so that when I was watching it last night, he was like, "Did you get it?" JJ didn't even say nothing.
You didn't even know what
I do.
Before I forget, why can't I shop for you on your wish list?
Oh, because I switched to yours.
Did you switch it already? Did you?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like I did away with my Amazon.
But what I'm saying is like you didn't.
I didn't switch.
Yeah, but you did away with Prime. Your account, like you closed your whole Amazon account.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to.
Oh, okay. We'll rebuild it, and
I'll rebuild it
and put it on mine. Like we decided, like there's no reason to pay
for two.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime. So
yeah, we were paying for 2 Amazon Primes. I was like, I already have stuff that I own that I purchased on Prime a few years back. So I was like, cancel yours and let's just use mine. Yeah. I know, but I didn't know that you canceled your whole like account.
It's like, JJ, are you not gonna say nothing?
I was like, yeah, where is JJ? I was see it tapping my feet like, well, the hell is JJ?
Why he ain't saying nothing?
And then you commented, and I was like, oh, like he's not gonna even. This is what we do now. He's not. See what she said about being consistent and like when you do something all the time.
I will clip him at the knees. You will survive. I'm kidding.
I'm short, dude. Like I'm pretty sure you're taller than me. You don't have to. That's a lot. That's a long way down. You'd have to.
It's a clip.
But so yeah, so that's why. So we'll redo it and put it on mine. You so I kind of fuck with Carlos. That's what happened. We canceled ours. So we didn't even think about that.
I did. I totally.
We'll do it and change the link and.
Definitely didn't even think about it.
Yeah. So. But we're gonna hop off here. So Lexi can rest for the rest of the night. I'm sure she's still tired, and she hasn't eaten dinner. So we're gonna hop off here and get on figure out what we're gonna do with our lives. We might go on tomorrow. We don't know, depending. We haven't decided yet, but depending on what's going on, we might go on tomorrow. So I'll let you guys know in a community post. But
yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. We love you guys.
We're gonna go watch Benito Bowl tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's the Super Bowl. Oh. Let's go. I just want to see. I just want to see the whole fiasco with Bad Bunny in the halftime show. Like, I want to see how that's going to turn out. But anyway, we love you guys.
It's gonna be
High five.
awesome.
Fist bump. We catch you guys later.
Good night.
Good night.